Hello, are you here to debate? Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, you here to
Guess
debate?
who?
Guess I don't know.
You're not going to ask me the requisite questions?
I don't know who this is.
What's this?
I don't know who this is. Are you here to
Jimmy
debate?
from Philly.
I don't know who that is.
I spoke to you before. Your voice
Okay.
sounds very different
Okay.
than the last time I spoke to you. I don't do pronouns. I was born with a dick. That makes me a man.
I'm sorry, say that sentence again.
What's that?
Say that sentence again.
I said I was born with a dick. I don't do
Uh-huh.
pronouns. That makes me a man.
You know I is a pronoun, right?
I don't care. You're not going to common speak
Okay.
me.
Okay.
You're
I'm
not
just
going to
saying-
do it.
I mean, I'm just saying. You said, can you tell me you don't do pronouns without using a pronoun?
You're not going to commie speak me.
Your is also a pronoun.
You're trying to commie speak me right now, and it doesn't work with me.
I'm just saying. You're saying you don't use pronouns. I just want you to say the sentence without a pronoun.
I know. It's commie speak.
Oh, sure.
This is how you guys argue. It's not to enlighten people. It's
really?
to confuse, confound, and frustrate them to the point where they give up, and then you walk away like you won.
Is it? I mean, you said
You didn't win anything.
You said I don't use pronouns, and I is a pronoun. I
Listen to me.
I just think if
You're
like
not
somebody
taking
if
that-
somebody was driving
You're
a
not
car,
taking that
if somebody was
16-year-old
driving a
caller.
car and came up to me and said I don't drive cars while they're in a car driving, I would look at them kind of silly, right?
More commie speak. It's not going to work.
Sure.
It's not gonna work.
Whatever you say.
You're
Jimmy
not
from Philly.
taking that 16-year-old caller says it all. You think that's weird, but you think it's okay to send a kid off to school in a dress.
Yep.
You say there's no
Yes.
negative consequences. Let me tell you
agree.
something. You put a kid in a Philly public school, or a little boy in a dress, he's getting his ass kicked. I would say that's a negative consequence.
Why don't you teach your kids not to beat up people, Jimmy?
My kids ain't beating up nobody.
It's not my fault you raise your kids to be violent bullies, bro.
No, I didn't say my kids are violent. Once again, more commie
to beat
speak.
people up.
See how you try to control a conversation? It's
I'm
not
sorry.
going to work with me, man.
I'm sorry. It's not your kids. It's everybody else's kids that are bullies.
I didn't say that either. More commie
So
speak.
who's the bully, Jimmy?
This is how you people argue.
You said if I send a kid to school in Philly with a
I'm
dress on,
sure
he's gonna
you
get beat
sound
up. Who's
very
beating him up?
smart to your listeners, right? But not to me,
I think I just genuinely
because I
sound
see
smart.
through you. I see through you.
Yeah, I think
You're
I just genuinely
pseudo-intellectual.
sound smart. Oh,
You try to change language. I mean, the last conversation I had with you, you try to tell me the difference between a period and menstruation. And I relayed this conversation. I live in a black neighborhood. I'm a white guy. I relayed this conversation to all different types of folks around here, and they laughed. They laughed.
I
You're
don't
fucking
really
nuts.
care that they don't know what the difference between a period and menstruation is.
Oh, yeah. And you as a commie do, right? You're going to indoctrinate me in some bullshit philosophy.
Here's the funny part. I have books, Jimmy. I can open a book and read what a menstruation is and what a period is. A period is a point in time in which women typically
I know. It's the commie speak. It's the commie speak.
The commie
Exactly
speak
what
is
it
reading
is.
a book now, Jimmy?
Commie
That's
speak.
commie speak?
Commie speak.
Commie
You
speak
won't
is reading
talk to a
books?
16-year-old who's basically, that's
You
the
want
age
me
of
to talk
consent
to a
for sex.
16-year-old? I'm
You
sorry.
won't talk to him because you think it's weird,
I'm sorry?
but you think it's okay to send your
I'm
child off in a
sorry?
dress.
I'm sorry. That's gross, Jimmy.
That's crazy.
That's gross,
That's
Jimmy.
crazy.
Personally, I think the age of consent is 18, but that might just be me. Maybe you and me think a little differently, Jimmy.
No. Legally, the age of consent is 16. That's the age of consent. Now, that doesn't mean
Wait,
someone.
where is that? I mean, the age of consent, and you said you're from Philly, right?
Yeah. Try to commie speak it. Go. Rack your brain. Hit Google.
You think that's a good thing that the age of consent in Philly is 16?
I don't necessarily think it's good or bad.
Oh.
I just, that's what it is.
Okay. I'm going to go with 18, but I think I'm going to not talk to 16
No, it's not 18.
I think I'm going to not talk to 16-year-olds on the, over stream.
I wouldn't either. I'm not advocating it. I'm just telling you what it is.
You seem like you're advocating for it, Jim.
No. What I'm saying is he's at the age of consent, and you're talking about children right, with gender affirming care, right?
I don't put validity in states where the age of consent is 16, but I think that's gross. I don't put validity in that.
I probably lean towards that. Yes. It's basically a legal definition, so you can't really get charged with rape. You could be charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor, I believe, if you're more than 4 years older than them.
Jimmy, I think you should I think if you're over the age of 20 and you even look at somebody with teen in their name, you should probably be in jail, right?
Well, I believe the law used to be in Pennsylvania 14 and under was statutory rape. Now they've changed that to, I believe, the person has to be more than 4 years, or more, maybe. I'm unsure, but it's at least 4 years, and then they could be charged with, like in other words, if a 17-year-old fucked a 14-year-old, I don't think that's a rape charge. Or if a 20-year-old fucked, no, I don't think it is. I think it's something different.
I think it's pretty.
I think it's weird. When I was 17, I wasn't scoping out 14-year-olds, but
it might legally not be statutory, but it's statutory adjacent, Jimbo.
Well, it's funny how you can.
How old are you, Jimmy?
You can make these things up on the fly, like what you don't morally agree with. Where when I don't morally agree with putting a young boy in a dress, that makes me a bigot, right? That makes me a bigot.
Right? Well, I think it means that you would rather protect bullies than the kid that wants to wear a dress. Yeah.
No, it doesn't at all. I said nothing to that effect.
Jimmy, how old are you?
I said that's what's going to happen. 61.
Jimmy, how old are you? You're 61?
61.
Do you find it kind of weird as a 61-year-old to know so much about age of consent laws?
No, because I try to find out about a lot of things that don't really involve me, especially when I start talking about this trans stuff.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Go on. Go ahead. You can keep going.
I have one trans friend online, never met them, but I have I'll even say her phone number, and that was from a conversation I had with Dr. K online. So.
Okay.
And that idiot David Packman, who you sound very much like, by the way.
Oh,
the pseudo-intellectualism. Yeah. The commie speak. That's what I call it, commie speak.
Okay, it's commie speak, sure. Well, I am a communist, so it doesn't shock me that I speak like one.
No shit, but it says socialist, so that's interchangeable, huh? Socialism. I mean, book-wise, it's different, but really, we're talking about the same thing. You're talking about some hybrid form of communism, basically.
No, I want communism, but in order to get to communism, you have to have socialism first.
So do you believe in doing away with families?
No. I
believe that's what Marx wanted.
No, Marx just thought that the nuclear family was a capitalist invention. He thought the family unit
But he wanted to do away with families.
No, he thought the family unit should change from a bourgeois family unit to a proletariat family unit.
Marx was a fucking idiot. He was poor. He refused to work.
He
was propped up by a capitalist.
He was a researcher.
How do you think he survived?
He was a philosopher and an economist, but okay.
Yeah.
He wrote a bunch of books. Bullshit. I don't know if that counts. You can't be an author now, Jimmy?
I honestly believe that you guys are going to win now.
Okay.
I believe America will fall to communism. Yes, I believe that. Okay. Because you have infiltrated your way into schools to take over young minds, and that's the whole ball game right there. You just know what you're doing. Who was that famous communist at the end of the 50s? He said, "We'll take America without firing a shot." Yeah, he was right. Brainwashing, propaganda.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Can you do me a favor? When some idiot in your chat pays the $20, can you at least say goodbye?
When
and not just, hang up like a jerk off?
Shout out to Goose and Steve. Okay, goodbye. Yous knows what you's doing.